Hello, in this video we take a look at the phone settings on the Google Nexus 5. So there are lots of options that you have for the phone itself in terms of actually configuring how it works. So we're going to take an overview look. Now to get into the phone you need to access the shortcut on your home screen or go into the app tray and click on phone. Now your screen may differ depending on your configuration, but if you press the menu button in the bottom corner here, you'll have the option for settings, and if you tap in here you've got three menus. So you've got caller ID by Google, and it says show names for people and businesses not in my contacts. So if you tap on that, you can find out a little bit more information and switch this on or off by sliding the icon up here. And what this would do is, if for example you received a call from a local business that you'd contacted by email but you hadn't stored their telephone number in your phone book, Google will intelligently tell you who it is calling you if it has that information available. So if that business has all their information on the internet and on Google Plus, etc., then Google will say, right, this telephone number belongs to that company, and tell you on screen that this is who is calling you, rather than it just being a number popping up on your screen and potentially meaning nothing to you. You're actually going to know automatically, thanks to Google, as to who it is calling you, and you can switch that feature on or off. We've also got nearby places, so display search results for nearby places. If you tap into here, we can switch this on and off again in the same manner as the Google Call ID. And it says when you search from the phone app, this feature will use your location to find nearby places to match your query. So basically when you're in the phone, you can start searching for something rather than actually dialing a number. You search and it'll bring back relevant results. But you do have to have this switched on, and of course you need your location settings to be active to enable this as well. So we come back here and we've got call settings, and this is where we've got more details and more thorough options regarding the phone and more conventional options. So we've got phone ringtone, so we simply tap on here to change the ringtone from one of the ones pre-installed on the device. We can click OK or cancel. You can decide whether you have the device vibrate when it's actually ringing by simply tapping on the checkbox there, or switch it off by tapping it there. You've got other settings, so voicemail, so I can tap on this and I can get more information. So I can set it up, what the default sound is when I get a notification, whether I get a vibrate notification as well, and then I can click in here the voicemail number, and I can enter the appropriate voicemail number, or I can select from a document or contact here by pressing the people icon like so. But we're going to cancel that. Come back out. You can decide whether the dial pad touch tones are enabled with this tick box. So if it's ticked, that means they're on. So that's when you actually type a number, you get a tone actually on the phone. Quick responses. So these are pre-configured messages. Essentially, if you can't take a call and you reject the call with a message, you can select one here. You can press the menu button. It says you've got the option to restore defaults, and that's if you've edited one of these. So if I press and hold on that, I've got the option to actually edit one of those if I wanted. So you can have 4 pre-configured options there. Come back out, fixed dialing numbers. So this will mean more to you if you use fixed dialing numbers, but you can change those here and change the pins associated with it. You can change your TTY mode simply by selecting one of the appropriate ones from the option here. You've then got call forwarding, and if you tap into that, it may take a few seconds to open based on your configuration, but here you can decide what happens to calls in certain circumstances. So I've got an error there that for some reason it couldn't open, but you can change what happens when you get a call. So you could automatically have your calls forwarded to a different number. You could have your phone calls diverted to a different number when you're on the phone. You could have it diverted somewhere else when it's not answered. So often a lot of these are defaulted to your voicemail when you're busy, when it's unanswered or unreachable, but you could change that and you could have it always forward to something else. So if you're at work, you might have all calls forwarded to your landline, for example, and you can simply tap in here and you can edit or enter the number, or you can search by contacts or documents and things by clicking the icon here on the right hand side. So let's cancel that and come back out. You've then got additional settings regarding caller ID and call waiting. These are going to be based on your network provider as well. So caller ID, you can tap in here and you can decide whether your number is hidden or show number, or just go on the network default. Got call waiting. During a call, notify me of incoming calls, so you get a little sound play when you've got another call coming in. And then you've got internet call settings. So if you want to use sort of voice over IP, you've got accounts where you can enter the appropriate accounts here. So you can click add account. Now this is going to be based on your personal setup, so you have to have a SIP protocol for that. You may need to ask your IT guys for that. And it says use internet calling only for internet calls, but you can actually change the options there. So that's a sort of quick look over all the phone settings available on the Google Nexus 5.